everybody. Hello, hello. How are we all? Who have I not said hello to so far? Hello to Louise. You've enjoying this 12 Days Christmas. Good. I'm glad. You call it two squared iced images. Yes. Yeah, all the eyes, isn't it? It really is. Aye, Captain. Yeah, you're not wrong there. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Deb. Just finished your editing in time. Going to make a quick coffee. Fabulous. Hi, Karen. Chilly and wet in Arkansas. So we've got lovely sunshine here. Blue skies. In fact, we haven't got a cloud in the sky, which is unusual for us, but that's good. We had a whole heap of rain over the weekend. I think Saturday was absolutely torrential. It poured. Hi, Joanne, as well. How are we all? Right, let me go over to here. Do our little housekeeping bit. So if you're watching this back, it's a live stream. It will be chatty. If you don't like the chat, you can come and join us because it's more interesting, or you can wait because there will be a tutorial at some point that will go up for this card, or you can just skip through the bits you don't want to hear. Yeah, nice and simple. Massive thank you to all my members. We had a new silver crafty icicle join, so that's good. Thank you so much. Diane, I believe her name is. So all good. All the more the merrier. That's what I say. Who else we got? We've got, hi Liz. Hi Vet. Facebook's being annoying, but I saw a chat trying to open. Ah, okay, cool. Hi Carrie. Cold and sunny. Yeah, we've got that as well. I'm glad you got sunshine as well. Excellent. Fabulous. Right. Let me get to my brain in gear. I've been rushing around like a crazy woman because tomorrow is the day I go away. So yes, trying to get everything done. And as usual, I get extra things on my plate at the last minute. And I'm like, I really don't have time for this. But anywho, we'll just have to do it anyway. So yeah. Right, let me just bear with. Where are we up to? Yeah, we're up to there. That's cool. And then also don't forget to hit the like button as well, subscribe, etc. And watch as much as you can. Always helps me. Always helps me out. Right, so this week I thought we would do a 5x7 version of the card we did last week. Now, I don't have a finished posh sample to show you, and I've just realised there's a bit I haven't cut out. Have I cut that bit out? 3 1/4, 6.5. Let me just double check. In fact, it was 4x6, wasn't it? No, I haven't cut that bit out. Right, let me just quickly cut one more bit out because I've just realised there's one bit that is missing. It was me rushing around this morning trying to get it all cut out. So let me just, oh gosh, this is all plugged in as well. I have to unplug it, move it out the way. Right, let me just cut one more bit out and then I will be with you. Talk amongst yourselves. So that needs to be 4x7. 4x7. So 4 is that way. By 7 is that way. There we go. Right, that's my spare bit. Okay. So let's just whack that away for the moment. There we go. Right, and let's bring my comments back in so I can see everybody. Right, so I can show you my rough sample. But yeah. Oh, let me just move these out of the way. I'm trying to get all organised this morning. Right, let me just refresh my chat so I can see everybody. Oh, as well. Right, so this is my rough sample. Now, there's 2 different ways you can do it. So we're going to do it slightly different to last week. So this is my 5x7 version. Now, this looks weird at the moment, but it won't do hopefully by the time we finish with it. So you've obviously got that at the front, then you turn it over, and then you've got that at the back. So I have tweaked it slightly from last week. With it being a 5x7, obviously that changes things as well. So yeah, but there is another option which I'm going to do as the video, which will have your extra bit. So it will have this extra bit on. So I'm going to do a video with it like this, and then but for the live I'm going to do it like this, and you'll see. I'm hoping this will be fine because you can always trim around it, but I just think it might make it. You could really go for like more of a what's the word? Shaped edge, I think is what I'm looking for. So yeah, so that's the idea. That's what we're heading for. we're going for the red. I haven't stuck any of my mats and layers down because I literally was cutting pieces out this morning. I have managed to stamp and colour a poinsettia though, so that's going to be my decoration. And I just went over it, I don't know if you can see, I just went over it with a little bit of the Spectrum Noir shimmery, whatever it's called, just on the flower and also on those little berries. You can sort of see it shimmering. And then I'm going to stick some of these white pearls in the middle as well, so that's going to be happening in a bit. And then also stamped a different Merry Christmas and put it onto some red mirror card, so we'll use that later. Right, so let's start with, much as I really want to stick these down, let's start with the fold. Okay, so let's get our schoolboard out. Now hopefully this week it will line up properly, because when I did it, I think it was last week's one, it didn't really line up properly because my card wasn't exactly 12 by 12, but I've tried to make sure this time around that it is 12 by 12, so hopefully. Let's do the small one first. Oh, right, okie doke. So there's not many people in the chat. I'm just wondering if a lot of people think that because I've got a video gone up for the 12 days of Christmas that my live stream's not on. And I did consider cancelling it, I have to say, because as I said, I'm going away tomorrow. But I was like, no, let me continue. Right, so this is a piece of base card that's 4 by 7. And I'm going to score it along the short edge at 1/2 inch, at 2 inches, and at 3.5 inches. So like that, and we'll fold it in a minute. And then you need one piece that's 12 by 12. Now I've gone for an actual double-sided, and this is a little bit thicker. It's 220, and I'm not sure how we're going to get on with this, but I struggled to find a double-sided piece of paper that was less than this, that was double-sided, and I did want double-sided. So hey, we'll see what we do. We'll see how we get on. So on this one, we are going to score at 2.5 and at 6 inches and at 9.5. And then we're going to turn it and we're just going to score at 2.5 and at 9.5. You're not going to do the 6 inch. You're only going to do the 6 inch on one side, and then that's it. And then we need to do some diagonals, but I'm going to do that with a cork board because it makes it easier. So, oh, thank you, Anika. Thank you. That's good. Cool. So let's do this one. So we're going to do a mountain fold here, first of all, and a mountain fold here for our tabs. And then we're going to fold it in half and do a valley in the middle. Okay, so that's our little, what's that way up? Our little kind of W piece. That I can put to one side for now. So then on this one, let me grab my cork board. Oh, grab my cork board. So for this one, you want to get your ruler. I mean, you could make a little notch on your scoreboard when you do it if you want to. But along this top edge, let me just double check. Yeah, along this top edge, you're just going to make a little mark at 5 and also at 7. And you can do that all the way around. So on all 4 sides, you just want to mark along the edges at 5 and at 7. Try and be as exact as you can. Apologies if my head gets in the way. Hopefully it won't. 7, there we go. So we're going to mark at 5 and at 7. There we go. Last one. Last edge. Yep, there. At 5 and at 7. Okay. So then what we want to do is we want to go ahead and score between those 2 marks. So you're going to score between your mark that you've done on one side with the other one, and it should go through the middle of these score lines here. So it should go, I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can sort of see. So where this is like that and that's like that, that should go through the middle. Mine doesn't completely go through the middle, which could be a problem. Anywho, I'm going to try and make this one go through. So what I would do is line up your line up your marks and then just make sure that this middle bit, it does actually go through, because otherwise you're going to end up with problems when we come to scoring. Even that one's not completely in the middle. I don't know why. It's just difficult to see at the moment. It's difficult to see and difficult to sort of line up, but let's just shimmy that up. Shimmy that up. There we go. Hopefully that'll be it. Hopefully that'll be up. To be honest as well, if you're using thin enough paper, you don't have to do these score lines. You can just do the whole, try and find the centre, you know, put it in the centre like we did last time. Fold all your corners into the centre. And I think what I'll do, because it's slightly thicker, I'm going to just do that for now. And then I'm just going to flip this over. I'm going to find the centre of this piece here. Which bit do I want showing? I think I probably want... Oh, they're the same colour, aren't they? Because it's double-sided. So I'm going to go from here to here. Okay, so there's my middle there. So now I'm just going to bring these up and I'm going to fold them into the middle. And hopefully that will be pretty much where I've... Oh, no, it's not. No, I don't need to bring them to the middle. Sorry. Rewind selector. It's been a while since I've done this. You don't bring them into the middle because you're not doing... It's not square. So ignore me. So let's just fold these up where you folded them. So you do need to do your score lines. I knew there was a reason why I'd done that. It's fine. At least I didn't press down too much. Oh, dear. My brain can't cope. Hi, Ria. So, yeah, you don't want to bring it to the middle. You want to score and fold. And you do want to get it as close in as possible. Mine's not great, but anyway, do better than mine. I'll make the mistakes and then you don't have to do it. How about that? Okay, so that's that. Then we're going to turn it back over again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I've got my 6-inch line going down the middle, because we want to fold that one in half, the same as my diagonal folds. I think that's right. It's been a good week since I made the prototype sample, so my brain's sort of forgotten how to do it. But anyway, yes, I like that. So you should have your 4, ignore this bit here. You should have your 4 diagonal lines and then your middle one. And then all the rest need to go in, I believe. And you're not folding them to the middle. You're folding them along their lines because it's not square. It's not a, you know, it's not a normal fold like the 6x6 one was. So you don't fold into the middle, you just fold up where your score lines are. And then this one here. I'm hoping I've done this right. I think I have. Hi, Dee. Fog. Oh, foggy, is it? Foggy in Iowa. Right, so then what we want to do is fold all of these centre bits again. Fold all of these in like this. And then what I would do is I would then turn it over and just make sure that you're giving that a good burnish. If you want to do it this way around, you can, because I can see now where my folds are not quite in the right place. I'm just going to do a quick there like that, just for the ones that are really not doing what they should do. I think that was probably the fold I did that was not quite right. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to fold it over and just go along these lines here, the diagonals. Okay, so that's what you should end up with so far. And then you just want to fold along that line you've already folded, which is the halfway line. Like that. Okay, this one's a little bit out of whack, but anywho. That one's a bit out. It's not very square. I'll use that on the back then. I'll treat this as the front. That's not much better, but anyway, I'm going to cover up a lot of this up. So, oh, the joys. Right, and then we want to then fold along here. Now, as I said, if you've got thinner paper, you don't have to do all the score lines. If you want to score on this, you can. I'm going to just use my ruler and hope for the best. Just fold it up, fold it over, fold it down. I've got quite a bit of overlapping, so just be really careful when you do it. I think having thicker card isn't helpful, but yeah, just do the best you can. To be honest, by the time you've put stuff on it, you're not going to notice all of the little problems, and I did wonder whether having thicker card would be a massive issue. It looks like it might have been. Okay, I'm going to treat that as my front, I think. I might treat this as my front, but no, I think I'm probably going to treat that on the side. Okay. Let's bend this over. Now this one wants to head off. Oh dear, this one really is not in the right. This is really a lot less, because that's going to be a problem then when I come to do mats and layers on that, because that's not going to fit, because I've got a massive gap there. So I'll leave this for the back. Don't know what happened there. I think it must have been that one that I did where the score line, the diagonal score line didn't go through the middle of the two, the horizontal and the vertical one. But it's fine. So that's what you end up with. Okay, so then we need to go ahead and add our little foot onto the bottom of it. So this is your little foot thing. Oh, let me just plug my tablet back in again, otherwise it's going to go off and I won't be able to see anybody's comments. So let me just plug that in. There we go. Right, let's grab some red tape. And we're going to put red tape on here and on here. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. We are low on numbers today. I wonder if everyone's sleeping or away or, I don't know, falling out with me. I don't know. Who knows? Right, so that's that. And then we're then going to angle these. I was wondering about doing a 5x7 portrait one, but if people aren't interested, I won't. So let me know if you'd like to see a 5x7 portrait, or if you're happy with what we have so far. Okay, so that's that. Then we need a pin, and we need to take the tape off here, like that. And then we're going to line that up, open this up, and on this underside here, I'm going to line up that folded edge with the folded edge on here, like that. And then pull that out. Hi, whoever's just joined. Anne. Oh, I missed you, Anne. Hello, everyone watching while you're doing the laundry. Cool. Sorry, I missed you. I didn't know what. I've missed that in the chat. Don't know why I missed you doing your laundry. But good to have you in. Right, let's pull this one over. So you're taking the backing off that, and then you're just going to fold this over onto there like that. Oh, I'll put that in the bin. There we go. So that gives you a little tent-foldy bit so it doesn't collapse everywhere. So then what we need to do is, now have I just missed that as well? I've missed that piece as well. Dear me, I'm not doing very well, am I? I am not doing well. I thought I'd cut all my pieces out. I was all pleased with myself because I've managed to cut my pieces out, but I actually haven't. So we now need a, now, if you do your scores right, you will need a base piece that is, let me grab this one. I can see what this ended up being. That is 1 7/8 by 4 3/4. Okay, so 1 7/8 by 4 3/4. Yeah, that's okay for that one as well. So let me just grab it. It's 1 7/8 piece because I have neglected to cut that bit out. I'm not quite sure how I've done that, but I have. I think because I spent so long trying to find a piece of card that I could use for the base, I'd kind of given up the will to live by the time I got to all the other pieces. 1 7/8 by 4 3/4. Well, 4 7/8 actually. Yeah, you want to go 4 7/8. 1 7/8 by 4 7/8. And then if you want to, don't have to, you can also have a piece that is 1 7/8 by 3 1/2. Now you don't have to have this bit, but I like it because it kind of secures the back a bit more. So let's just grab this. Hi, is it Trudy? I'm not sure if you're Trudy. Don't worry, better late than never. I don't, it's not a problem. Right, So this one here is for the back, and it's literally going to go, in fact that's the front, isn't it? This is for the back. This is the back, and it's literally just going to go over there like that, and it's just going to make sure that you've got like a nice smooth edge, and you're sticking like this to this, as it were. If you want to stick that down as well as adding that, that might be quite good, because then you haven't got to worry about that pulling up. So I think we'll do that first. So actually, no, we don't want to do that first. We don't want to do that first. We want to do patterns and mats now. Let's do patterns and mats first, and then we'll add those bits on. I'm just thinking ahead, trying to get my brain back in order. I've had so much to do recently. Ay. It was poor timing of me. Rather watch you than do the laundry. Yeah, I've got laundry to do. I think I'd rather do that as well. Okay, right, let me get my pieces out. So, I hope I've got enough of everything. Hopefully I have. Right, first things first. This is going to be for the back for your message. So I'm going to go ahead now and stick this down. So this is a base card that is 3 1/4 by 6 1/2 with a white piece that is 3 inches by 6 1/4. So I'm going to stick that down onto here, and then we can stamp a greeting onto it. So that's going to be a little white piece, and this piece will actually kind of come out. So I'm sort of doing it, mixing it up a little bit from last week. We're not doing exactly the same card. I've changed it around a little bit. Just trying to think of other options. Okay, so that's that. And then if we bring the stamping platform back in, you were making the one from last week, and the cardstock can't be too thick, and mine was. Yes, exactly. That's the thing. You have to go for thin cardstock. This is 220, and it's on the border. It really is on the border. It's okay, but it's almost not okay. So, yeah. Right, we're going to go with a Merry Christmas in the middle there, because that sort of is nice. It fits nicely. Let me move my thank you stamp out the way. There we go. And grab my ink and my wet wipe ready. Yeah, it is a bit of a, I just find it difficult trying to find thin enough card. I think a 180 probably is probably the thickest you want to go with it. I mean, it's nice because it's sturdy, like that one that I did the sample card from last week, the bluey patterny one. I reckon that was about 200, and that turned out okay, but it was on the bulky side. But I did also have, you really have to be quite accurate with your scores, because otherwise you do see it. But to be honest, you can kind of cover it up, so it's not the end of the world. It's just I like to have things, you know, exactly right. Bit of perfectionist there. But I like to have things nice and done properly. Okay, so there's our Merry Christmas. So let's put that to one side now. I've done that. That can go over there. And then we want to have put my ink away as well, so I don't end up doing things with that. Okay, so then we want to have, I'm just going to do all the patterns and get them out of the way. You need 4 pieces of mat that are 3 by 3, 4 pieces of pattern that are 2.5 by 2.5. And if you are not gluing them down, you want to go ahead and add tape onto them. I think I'm going to glue mine. I think that might be easier. It might not, but no, I think it will be easier. So in which case you're going to get your cutting mat, and all of these just need cutting into quarters diagonally. And I would suggest that you want to go for you know, non-directional paper, because you don't want to end up with things upside down. So, and again, I think I'm going to do this in my guillotine. I think it's going to be a bit quicker. So let's just do that. Because then I can just stack these like that and cut down the middle. It just makes it a little bit easier to do. Get that lined up. Okay, there's those two. Let me just double check these. Definitely, yeah, they definitely fit. That's good. Just wanted to make sure. Let's do all those because they're quite thin paper, so I can do those together as one big lot. Like that. If you do put double-sided tape on the back of these before you cut, just be careful that it doesn't slip and slide, because they have a habit of doing that. Okay, that's those. And then these ones here. It's just a bit quicker in the guillotine than doing it by hand. There we go. Okay, so that's all my patterns done. I'm wondering now whether I've got too many, but no, I haven't. I don't think I have. We'll soon find out. As I say, I haven't actually made this fully with mats and layers, so who knows what's going to happen. But we will learn our mistakes together. How about that? All right, there's that one. And then let's add this one in. This is the last one. I'm cutting 3 layers of mat together. One thing I would say is if you are using thicker card, well, even if you're not, then make sure that your mats and your patterns are as thin as you can. It just helps. It just makes things a bit better. Right. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and stick all these down. So lots of fun. So talk to me in the chat. How's your week been? Have you got anything exciting happening this week? Anything exciting happening at the weekend? Oh, it's Thanksgiving for those of you in America, isn't it? Is that this Friday? Saturday? I never remember when Thanksgiving is. Because we don't do it over in the UK, which is a shame. But yeah, let me know what plans you guys have. Got anything special sorted out? Are you seeing friends and family? What are you doing? Thursday is Thanksgiving. Ah, okay, cool. Wow. Oh, I can't pick things up. I don't know why. Yeah, have you got any plans, anybody? Seeing friends, seeing family, going anywhere special? Going away, maybe? Visiting friends, family? Trying to concentrate on my pieces. There we go. Just cut my nails as well, which just doesn't help, so I can't pick anything up properly. Just slide it off the edge. Oh, the joys. Driving home to see your family will be an all-day craft fest on Friday with your 11-year-old niece. Oh, fabulous. Have a great time. Oh, she'll love that, I'm sure. Oh, that's cool. That sounds like good fun. I love the idea of Thanksgiving. It's a very good idea. I'm now wondering if this would have been better with tape rather than glue. But I don't know, maybe it wouldn't. It's better to get it more accurate with glue. I'm going to do 2 at a time to kind of speed things up a little bit. See, normally if this was a video, you'd have all this sped up. But unfortunately on a live stream, you have to watch me stick them all down. There we go. Oh gosh, sticking to my fingers now. I'm hoping I do need this many. I think I do. Oh dear, bless me. Got the sneezes. Right. Yeah, I'm assuming the low numbers are because of 12 Days of Christmas. I did consider cancelling today, I have to say, but I was like, no, I've scheduled it. We're going to do it. Maybe I shouldn't have. I mean, there's no live stream next week as well. That's the thing. I thought I don't want to do 2 weeks of no live stream. That's quite a lot. So I thought let me do a live this today, and then next week there won't be a live. The week after that there should be a live. Hopefully, I've scheduled it, so unless anything happens, but hopefully there should be a live stream. Yeah. Oh, hello, Nola. Good to see you. Good to see you. I feel like it's been ages since I saw you in a live stream. Good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. Hi, Gillian. Good to see you too. Marianne Bless, I know you. A glue workshop. It really is a glue workshop. Sorry. Yeah. As I said, I would have done this all beforehand. But as well, the other thing as well is I kind of didn't want to do it beforehand because you need to know like cutting into quarters diagonally and stuff. And if I've done that all already, then some people like to see it from scratch. But then that does mean you have got to watch me stick down triangles, of which there are many. I'm looking at these thinking this looks like a lot, but I think actually it's okay because you need 4, 8, 12. Yeah, no, it's fine. Then you need 16, maybe slightly less than 6. Oh, I don't know, maybe about 16-ish. 12 or 16, something along those lines. I can't remember now. Let's stick this one down. As soon as I finish my live stream, I've got a big long list of stuff. I've got to finish packing for going away tomorrow. I've got to sort out my son's bed. Got washing that needs, laundry that needs doing. Oh, it's a fun world. What's going on? Hi, Cynthia. Hi, are you? Gary's in the house. How you doing? How you doing? Getting ready for work, I presume. Good to see you. Hi, Cynthia as well. Don't worry. I've noticed a lot of people are late, to be fair. I was just wondering where everybody was. I was like, where is everybody? We normally have way more than this. I didn't know whether, as I said, for those new people who just joined, I didn't know if the reason why we had such low numbers was because of the 12 Days of Christmas being live. I thought maybe that might be it, but I don't know. Maybe people are just running late. Maybe people have time off because of Thanksgiving. Maybe they've got this week off because of Thanksgiving. Maybe, I don't know, with it being on Thursday. I'm not sure how your holidays work over there with regards to, like, you know, could you take the week running up to the week running up to Thanksgiving, could you take that off? Or is that kind of like not the general done thing? Yeah. Where am I going this time? This time I am going on yet another cruise. Can you believe it? I certainly can't. I really can't. I can't believe I've never cruised in my whole entire life. And then this year I go on 2. So this time we are going to Morocco. So we've got 2 we've got 2 days, so 2, like, we obviously sleep on the ship, but 2 days in Casablanca, 1 in Agadir and 1 in Tangier. Never been to Morocco. And then on the way back home, we've got 1 stop in A Coruña, Spain, or La Coruña, Spain. Don't know how you pronounce it, but something like that. It's in Spain anyway. Yeah, so looking forward to it. At the moment, the forecast is saying 19, 20 degrees, something like that, and sunny for when we're in Morocco. So I'm here for that. I need to double check the Spain weather forecast again, because when I last looked at that, it was a bit sunny, maybe. No, I think it was wet, mainly wet, and it was like 14 or 15 degrees. But it's still better than here in the UK, because here in the UK, it's been quite chilly and frosty. It has been very wet, and it's been like, but it got down to -1, I think, the other day. So anything's a kind of improvement to what we've got over here. So yeah, I know, lots of fun. Hi, Valerie. I got the day off today because of your birthday. Oh, is it your birthday today? Oh, happy birthday, Cynthia. If it's not today, then happy birthday for whenever your birthday is. Yeah, I can't wait. Are you, Gary? I can't wait. I cannot wait. It's going to be good. Right, that's all those done. Okay, then you also need, so these are for your uprighty pieces. You're also going to need 1 piece of pattern paper. Does this stick? Oh, this is the, what have I done there? Why is that bigger than that? Oh no, I know why. I know why, because these are, yeah, okay, cool. These need to be cut. So we'll cut those in a minute. These ones here, we need 1 piece of pattern paper that is 1 3/8 by 3 inches. And the mat for that is 1 5/8 by 3 1/4, I believe. Yeah, 3 1/4. Then you need one piece that's 1 3/8 by 4 1/2. That's pattern paper. And then the mat is 1 5/8 by 4 3/4. So let's go ahead and stick those down because they need to be stuck down. These need cutting, so we'll do that in a minute. Thank you, are you, Gary? Welcome to the Crafty Sprinkles. You are now a member. Fabulous. You want to become a Crafty Sprinkle? You can. Join us, join us. Oh, that's fabulous. Excellent. Wonderful, wonderful. A lot of people in the US will make a very long weekend out of Thanksgiving. Yeah, I don't blame you, to be honest. Why not? Any excuse, isn't it? Any excuse. It's today. Yeah, oh, good. Well, I hope you have a lovely day. How's your weather over there? Hopefully you've got good weather. I hope so anyway. I'm hoping that the weather over on the cruise will be better than the one we did in August, where we had 90 mile an hour winds and a massive storm. I'm thinking that because that was my first ever cruise, I had the worst, not the worst, but I had the worst storm one of the worst storms you could probably have. So hopefully everything's better from, the only way is up from there. Hopefully. I'm pretty sure it should be fine, but anyway. Right, so that's those pieces done. So let's deal with these and then we can stick those down and be done. Gillian, you're in Scotland. We were -7 on Friday and today was -4. I'm heading to Florence because my husband is doing the marathon there. Oh, wonderful. Well, I hope he does well and hopefully weather in Florence is lovely. Hi, Lorraine. Very stormy. Yeah, Vicky said you guys had storms. Dear me. Right. Okay, so what we want to do with this, you need 2 pieces of mat that are 2 1/4 by 4. And what you want to do is up one side, you are going to measure and mark at 3/4 of an inch. So that's there. And then on the other side, from the top down, you're going to mark at 3/4 of an inch. And then you are going to cut between those 2 pieces. I'm just going to draw a line for now, so I should use that as my wrong side. And you want to do the same on this piece, but you want to mirror image it. So you want to do it going the other way. If you've got double-sided paper like I have, card like I have, matte, it doesn't matter. But if you haven't, it's best to do them opposite ways. So I'm just going to put my 2 together and cut them at the same time. And so we are going to cut between those 2 there like that. There we go. Hopefully that's cut both of them. Yes, it has. Right, so you need 2 that go that way. So you need 2 that go that way, and you need 2 that go the other way. So I'm just going to turn these over like that. You need 1 like that, 1 like that, 1 like that, and 1 like that. So that's what you need to end up with. Okay. So then your pattern pieces need to be 2 pieces that are 2 inches by 3 1/2. And on these, I'm going to do it on the back so that then I can do it. And it's dark, so you won't be able to see it. But it's the same thing we've just done, but this time it's going to be 1/2 an inch. Now, I tested it with 5/8, and 5/8 wasn't quite right. So I think 1/2 an inch is going to be right. We will find out now whether that is the case or not. So if you're crafting along with me, then just hold on. We'll find out. So what I'm going to do with these, because obviously they're single-sided, I'm going to put both the patterns face to face. So then I'm cutting opposites, as it were. I'm not cutting the same thing. And then we're going to cut between these 2 here, like that. Do we have a spammer? I don't know. It hasn't showed up for me. Maybe. I haven't seen a spammer. I hope not. That's one thing I'm quite pleased with this. Unless someone's reported them and that's why it's gone. I just looked down for a second. Oh no, so yeah, so we've got Are You Gary's just joined the Are You Gary's just joined to be a crafty icicle sprinkle. He's one of the Park and Sip crew. So if you're into kind of food, lifestyle, that kind of thing, go over to Are You Gary's got gaming as well. So if you know of any, a lot of you lot probably won't be into gaming, but if you've got any teenagers or nephews, nieces, whatever, who are into gaming, Fortnite particularly, then Are You Gary is your man. Right, so the angle on that isn't quite right, but I'm not bothered because this line you're not really going to see. So I'm just going to go for it. So have a play, see what you think works. I did try 5/8 and that wasn't 100% right either. So I don't really know. Those little icons that Are You Gary's used are the special icons that you get if you become a member. So you get special emojis for chat. And yeah, so that's why you've got those cupcakes and whatever, because those are my little member-only icons and member-only emojis. Oh, that's a really bad angle, but anywho, never mind, it's fine. Most of that's going to be hidden. Yeah, most of that edge is going to be hidden, so it won't matter too much. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I am not going to lose sleep over that angle. I have far more important things to be worrying about than a wonky angle. We all have wonky angles every now and then, don't we? Let's be honest. Right, let's plop that on there. Yeah, that's really not a good angle. So I don't know what measurement you need to do then in that case, because I said I tried 5/8 because that would be a bit bigger, and that didn't seem to be right. So maybe 5/8 is right. 3/4 would be too much. I don't know. Or you could just trace it. Just work out what your other one is and trace it. And to be honest, because my score lines were a bit sideways anyway, we might end up that they don't quite fit. So we'll see. Right, we're getting ready for a bit of snowstorm in Minnesota. Maybe 1 to 2 degrees. Oh gosh. Well, I hope it's not too snowy. Hope it's copable with. Oh, this is really out. Oh dear. If in doubt, just put your pattern on and, you know, trace it. That's what I would say. I'm kind of lining up along the top and the side, and this diagonal edge I'm not so worried about. But yeah, that's a bit off. So I need to tweak my measurements on that. Anywho, there we go. Right, so that's all our pattern pieces done. So let's bring this back in again. And what we want to do, before we stick anything in, we will want to put, so where was my front again? This was my front, wasn't it? Yeah, that's the back because of the wonky edge. So this is the front. Let me just put an F on the front so I know it's definitely the front. This is the front. I'm going to be covering that up so it doesn't matter. Cynthia, cold and rainy. Temperature is only dropping from here on out. Can't wait till spring. Oh, bless you. No, Yvette. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. The green bar. Yeah, so the green bar was if you become a crafty icicles or a member whilst on stream, then we get a green bar and it gets highlighted, which is fabulous. Right, so what we need to do is we need to put these triangles on. So because this front section is going to open up, I want to put one here. I'm going to put little crosses so you can see. One here, one here, one here, one there, and one there. And then I also want to put one just here because this will be a triangle. So I'm going to have one here and I'm going to have one here. And actually we can go ahead and put our base piece on here now, and then that will make things a little bit easier. So let's just do that on the front only. So on the front, this piece here, which is that piece I cut out, which was 1 7/8 by 4 7/8, you want to stick your corresponding mat and pattern on the top like that. So let's whack that on. And again, I'm hoping my patterns are kind of going to work, but I did kind of decide very quickly this morning that they might not. So this is going to go on here like that. And then this piece, and I'm going to stick it on now because it'll help me with my triangles, is going to go, so this is my front, I'm just going to open that up like that. It's just going to go on here like that and extend up. So I only need to put glue on this piece here. And as I said, you don't need to put this on if you don't want to, but I'm going to whiz it, give it a go and see. So we're going to go across here like this, put a bit on there, and then this is going to go on there like that, and it should fit in between these two sides. And this whole thing should be 5. It also helps you know where your 5x7 footprint is. So that's going to go on there like that. So now what we want to do is go ahead and put our triangles in. I'm just going to, I don't really want to open it up actually. I'm just going to struggle and hope for the best. Right, so then these triangles are going to go in here. So you want one there, basically where all my crosses are. So let's go ahead and stick that down. It's a lot of triangles. If you use double-sided pattern paper to make your card base, you won't have as much decorating to do, because you know, with the sample I had last week with the houses, the first one, not the one we made in the live stream, but the other one, actually had double-sided, and so you didn't need to mat and layer it. So there's a lot less decorating, but obviously that card was thicker as well. This is going to be quite chunky, I believe. So yeah, I'm just going to go this side. I probably could have gone with the green poinsettia paper for these bits here now, but I always struggle because when I'm actually trying to work out what paper I want, I can't see it until I've actually started to do it, and then it's too late then, kind of thing. So yeah, have I missed any comments? No, I haven't missed any comments. Right, let's pop that on. But I think if we decorate this with other things, maybe some die cuts or something, then it'll be fine. I haven't cut loads of bits out, but because that's the other thing, I spent quite a bit of time this morning just doing that colouring in of that poinsettia, because I really wanted to do a stamped coloured. Don't do them very often, but I kind of really enjoy when I have like the time or I have the motivation. Not the motivation, but like the reason to do it. I actually really enjoy colouring in. Because I did it at the craft show with those little wooden, for those of you who've seen my craft haul video from the craft show I went on, I did a few little make and takes, and I did some colouring in there, and I actually really enjoyed it. And I was like, why don't I do this more often? And I really don't know why. So I think I shall be doing a bit more of that soon, hopefully. Just to get a few more stamps that are more colourable. Because Christmas-wise, I haven't really got a great deal of stamps that you colour in. Let's put that one on there like that. And then, oh, that's moved. Oh gosh, it's moved, it's moved, it's moved. Come on, there we go. And this one over here. There's a lot of red going on at the moment, but don't worry. We're going to be putting some poinsettia on in a minute, which will hopefully break it up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, we're missing a few regular people on here. Missing Sandra in Sunny Scunny, or Not So Sunny Scunny. Who else are we missing? I'm trying to think. Right, and then that one goes in there. Like that. There we go. I don't know about everybody else in other countries, but at Christmas time, do your supermarkets suddenly get loads of like festive treats in that are just different to what you normally have? We get that. So B&M, Aldi, all that kind of Tesco's, all of them, they all do like special festive, like festive flavoured crisps and festive, I don't know, all different things. And it's quite cool. I quite like trying all the different things. Right, okay, so that is that. So now, what's going on here? Am I dead? I don't know what's going on, but my chat's being a bit weird. My chat's being a bit weird. I feel like I'm missing chat. Let me go into my I feel like I'm missing conversations. No, maybe not. Nope, maybe not. Okay, cool. Right, so that's that. So then we want to go and do these bits here. So these are these. So these are going to go in here and in here like that. Okay, and as I said, you're going to see the top edge of it, but apart from that, you're not really going to see much else. They're terrible. They are really bad. Dear me, you can tell my head's not quite screwed on today, can't you? Right, let's stick these down. Hopefully you won't be able to see it once I've, there'll be so much happening. Hopefully it will cover it up. Okay, let's grab this one. Stick it down over here. That is so wonky. Looks like I was drunk when I did that. I don't drink, but it looks like I did when I start that down. That's a redness. Oh well. Oh well. You can see it, mine don't always turn out right. Okay. So that's like that. So you can only see a bit of it. It's not too bad. I think I probably would have done that. Maybe do this one as this colour, maybe. Then on the back, we're going to do something similar. However, for this, what we need to do, first of all, is put some patterns onto here, 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 and here, and here, and here. So you're going to end up with 2 spare triangles. So I've got glue all over my fingers now. So you're going to end up with 2 spare triangles. You don't need to put them on the inside because this is now going to be shut. We do also need to put this on as well. So I'm going to stick this down first so I don't forget it. And end up sticking over the top because I fear that may well happen. So let's quickly stick that down. There we go. Grab this one. Oh, move that over there. How's everyone enjoying the 12 Days of Christmas series? And I hope you've all been over to Inky Inspiration channel as well and seen her fabulous cards. She's got some wonderful. I couldn't when she sent me the links for all the videos so we could do the collaboration thing. I was like, oh my goodness, how have you managed to think up all these original designs? This is amazing. I'm in awe. I need to catch up with the ones that have gone up recently because I've been rushing around trying to get stuff ready for the cruise. I haven't really been watching much of that, but yeah, oh my goodness, some of it's just unbelievable. So right, let's add these triangles on. So we're probably going to be missing, I think we've got 3 on either side. So I think that means we're going to end up with 2 that are spare. I think that's right. So let's go ahead and stick these down. I think a real mix of pattern paper could be good on these triangles if you didn't do them all the same. But I didn't want it too busy, that was the thing, because you've got quite a lot of lines there anyway, with it being triangles. So I didn't want too much going on. Let's stick this one down. Also, what's been your favourite 12 Day Christmas make so far? From either of us. Doesn't have to be my one. From either person. Where am I going there? Let me know in the chat. That one's there. And this one's over here. There we go. And we've got two more. Yeah, so you end up with two spare triangles. I don't know if everybody else's chat's working, but I'm not seeing any new messages. I don't think it's because no one's chatting or if there's something with my chat. I'm not sure. Let me know what's going on. Oh, okay. Yeah, so there are ones then. Okay, for some reason it's not show. Oh, here we go. The advent calendar. Okay, yeah, that was quite. I almost didn't upload that because that was quite something. Every year I kind of dread doing an advent calendar because it is very involved. I'm glad you like that, so that's cool. It made it worthwhile. You can't pick a favourite. You love them all. Oh, you like the advent calendar? Okay. It reminded me a bit of. I don't know if you guys remember from a couple of years ago now. I think it probably was. I did an advent calendar again in like reds and greens, and I think it was more of a Matchbox type style. I think it was a Matchboxy one, and that took forever to do. It was ridiculous. That's why this year I thought, right, let's do something that's a bit simpler, not quite so involved. Right, so now I'm going to go ahead and stick this one onto here. This is your other piece that we did. You've been watching and they're also wonderful. Cool, excellent. Thank you, Carrie. Are you, Gary? You're still watching. You're just getting ready for work. That's fine, but you're almost done. So you're going to be off soon on your way to work. It's early where you are, isn't it? It's like 6, 4, 5, something like that in the morning. Some ridiculous time of the morning. Right, let's stick this on here. Okay. Having a lot of glue splurging out right now. I've got a lot of glue on my fingers. I'm going to have fun peeling all that off. Okay, so this piece here, I thought would be quite good if we put it over like that. So then it holds this in place. And you've just got enough then to be able to put your little message in there. 5:30, gosh, that's just too early. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue in here. Like that. And then we're going to fold that down. Whoops, daisy, and stick that all down. If you've got any overlaps like I have, just make sure that this bit overlaps the bit you're sticking. Stick that all down. And then this one is going to go over the top like that. It just means you've got one nice panel then rather than a bit of a, a bit of a gap. The sun is coming. Oh, good. Is it? I don't know what time it is for you. There we go. That's that. Nola going away before Christmas for 11 days to Japan. Oh, nice. With family. Fabulous. That's somewhere I've never been. I've never been to Japan. What part are you going to? Have you ever been before? I hope you enjoy it, Nola. That sounds awesome. Oops. Okay, so that is that there. So then we bring our thing back in again. The idea is this just slots into here like that and sits like that. So that's on the back. Then on the front, I have got obviously this I coloured in. I'm just going to add my pearls onto it though. There's my pearls. $2.31. Okay, cool. Right, I'm going to add some glue on as well because sometimes these pearls sometimes pop off. They are self-adhesive, but sometimes they're just like, nope, I'm not going to stay on. So I'm going to put some little blobs of glue on. 2, 3. There we go. And I'm going to do one there as well. Yeah, that'll do. Right. Let's stick these down. Concentration now. Concentration. Oh gosh, it's stuck to my finger, not to the thing. Come on, stick down there, not on me. That's it. Twizzle this around. Need the one in the middle first. There we go. There's one there. And then one there. And one there. And one there. There we go. And there's my little pearls. Hi Anita, good to see you. Oh, hello Tamara, good to see you. Absolutely. Tamarva. Is it Tamarva? I think that's how you pronounce your name. Right, so this one, what I thought I'd do is have it up here. In fact, is it this way around? It's this way around. Have it up here like that, is what I was thinking. And then have the Merry Christmas a bit lower like there. So when it's up, you can see it kind of makes the person want to pull that down a bit so you can see it and have it on a little spring. So I'm going to go ahead first and stick this down. And I think we will use, in fact, actually, let's do this first. Let's do the little springy thing for that to sit on, because that needs to go in there. So we will need a piece of, I'm going to use red. I'm going to use red card. I've just got a little off-cutty bit here. And we are going to need two. Right, let me think about this. It needs to be, let me draw the shape of it on a bit of paper so I can work out how to do this. So like that. So if we go with an inch. Tamutha. Tamutha? Is that right? Or Tamarva? Like Samantha without the S and N. Tamatha? Tamatha. Is that right? Maybe Tamatha? Hopefully I got that right. Okay, right. So let's just work out my spring. And I'm winging it because my brain's not working and I don't know exactly what the measurement's going to be. So I think I'm going to need an inch and then half and half, and then an inch, and then half and half, and then an inch. I think that's what I need. So 5 inches by whatever you want to be. Hopefully this will be right. So let's just cut that down to 5 inches, slightly under 5 inches, like 4 7/8. And then we're going to mountain and valley and mountain. Mountain, valley, mountain. And then on the other side, we're going to mountain and valley. And mountain. And what should happen is those two should overlap, so you end up with this little springy thing. Hopefully you can see that. I'll put it on my. So it's like that, and then what we're going to do is I'm just going to stick this bit here. Put a bit of glue on there because those two bits overlap. I almost got there. Oh, well, happy Thanksgiving to you guys as well. And then we're going to fold that down, overlap like that, and just stick that down flat. Hopefully the glue won't leak and it won't just all stick together. But you never know. There we go. Yeah, a little bit, but not too bad. Okay, so you've got that. That's what it looks like. Hopefully you can see that. So then I'm going to stick that on. I'm going to use red tape because I don't want it moving around. I just want to be able to stick it and be done. So let's just do a bit of red tape on here and a bit of red tape on this side. Like that. And then let's grab a pin and I peel that off. And that is going to go in here. And we wanted it to be, God, wanted it to be, oh my days, there's too much going on. It's a really weird angle as well because it's, yeah, that's going to be there, like that. This is going to be here, so we want it to be like here. So I think I'm probably better off to stick it on the back of here first. So let's stick that on the back of here, nice and sort of central. About there. Yeah, about there. And then let's take the backing off of this bit of red tape and then stick that whole thing in. I think this probably is the best way to do it. The reason why I'm not sticking this down yet is because I want to use silicone glue for this because I want it to stand up a little bit. But if I use silicone glue, I'm going to knock it and it's going to be a shambles. So let's not go down that road. If this is too low and you can't see, I apologise, but I need to have it kind of near to me so I can see what I'm doing. So I think about there. Yeah, I would say about there, roughly. Hopefully that's straight. I think so. Right, so let's go ahead now and stick this down with some silicone glue. Hopefully my silicone glue hasn't all dried up, although it's not looking promising right now. Let's have a go with this. Ah, I've just realised a problem. And that is because I've coloured this in, where this overlaps, you're going to see all that colouring on the back. So I'm just going to stick this onto a piece of red and then cut around it. Because I don't really want to see all the colouring on the back. Can I get it out of there? Not quite. Can I get it out of there? Will it fit? Not quite. Almost. Not quite. Okay. That will do. Okay. So let's put some glue on the back of here. It's weird because when I tested this out, it didn't go through. Obviously, it just wasn't quite thick enough, and it's obviously absorbed over time. That's fine. Hopefully the Yoo-hoo isn't going to affect it. We will soon find out. So let's stick that on there. Actually, what we can do, you know what we can do? We can actually cut it with a red border, which might make it pop a little bit more. So let's do that. Make sure it's all stuck down. Again, leaky glue. Lots of leaky glue today. Not quite sure why I'm getting so much leaky glue, but I am. Right. Fussy cutting time. You know, this is why I have to concentrate now. But please feel free to talk amongst yourselves in the chat. I will try and do it so you can see it. Full concentration. Could Give it some background music, haven't we, really? Am I missing chat? No, I'm not. It's gone. Just checking. Right, here we go. I'm definitely enjoying this sunshine, that's for sure. Trying to make sure I don't move it as I go around because it's still a bit wet. Okay. What have I been colouring with? I've been colouring with my pro markers. I've got a whole load of pro markers. I probably, out of the, if I show you the collection, I'll show you the collection in a minute. Out of the collection, I think I maybe bought maybe 4 of them. The rest of them were given to me by the Swindon ladies. Some of them have since dried up, which is annoying. But yeah, I've still got quite a few that work, which is good. So I can tell you what colours I'd use on this if you want to know. But yeah, just alcohol markers, pro marker ones. I don't think pro markers exist anymore, do they? I think they've been, were they not bought out by another company? I have a feeling they were bought out by the company that makes paintbrushes. Who's that? Winsor Newton? Do Winsor Newton they've been bought out by? I can't remember. I can't remember what their name was. I was going to colour on the live, but I was like, no, let me not do that now. Because I knew I had all those triangles to stick down, so we'll still be here tomorrow at that point. You've got those too as well, yeah. I've got quite an audience today, have I? Oh, I have. No, 27. Yeah, 27's a bit on the low side. I usually have about 48, 50. So, so long since you've been colouring. Well, same for me. But I just thought, you know what? Let's just have a go. Because, as I said, I got really spurred on at the craft show when I coloured in that thingy bob. Let me show you. This thing. I really enjoyed this. This was with, so I'm just taking a little deviation. So this was like its little hanger thing. And, oh gosh, the sun's in the way. But anyway, yeah, I coloured all that in. You can't really see it very well. If I do that, you can see it better. So I coloured everything in, the little fox, the leaves, did all the shading and everything. And then we then added, it's basically like a UV resin over the top, just in certain areas. So I did it on his head. You probably can't see it. It's probably a bit, yeah, it's a bit, what's it? But anyway, if you go onto the craft show craft haul that I did, I think I do a proper close-up with my other phone. And so you can see it better. But I actually really enjoyed that. I was like, why don't I colour in more often? So I think I'm going to be doing it a bit more often. I think I should be doing it a bit more often. Right, let's go ahead and stick this down. I quite like it with the red, actually. It's sort of made it pop. So that's cool. Right, let's stick this down then. So let's just bring that forward. I'm going to turn this over as if it's going to be... It's going to go about there. So... My hands are not working today. Okay. I think that's in the right places. It's going to go on there like that. Okay, that Merry Christmas is a little bit wonky. But it's not too bad. So there you go, there's the front. And then I'm going to very carefully turn it over. And then at the back, you've got this, which slots in. And you can write your message on it. And obviously the whole thing folds flat and fits in an envelope for a 5x7 card. So yeah, so let me know if you want me to do a 5x7 portrait. I will do a portrait version. I'm quite pleased with the way that's turned out. And actually, I quite like this strip here. If you've got some kind of, embellishment on the top, and it kind of works. And I'm quite glad I stuck it on the red because that also made it pop. So there you go. Yeah. You've got them as well. So long, yeah. You love coloring with tri-blend markers from Spectrum Noir. Okay, cool. See, I was up to try whatever, but they were the ones I was given, was the pro markers. So I was like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to argue with that. So yeah, I use those. I have got some, actually, I've got some watercolor markers I got from B&M, and they're fabulous. I need to get those back out again. They are fabulous. So yeah, you're coloring in 50 Christmas cards this week. Wow, that's a lot of cards. Wow, that's going to be very therapeutic. So yeah, so there you go. So that is the 5x7 landscape. I'm quite pleased with that. It's turned out way better. See, your wonky triangles, my wonky angles, you don't see those now. You've got that much going on. And I actually don't mind the fact of all those red triangles at the front as well. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. That's turned out way better than I had envisaged. So pleased with that. Very good. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. I'm going to now go and finish packing, sort everything out, sort out all the stuff I need to do, laundry, etc. And then tomorrow I will be off. Hurrah! So there's no live stream next week because I'll be in the middle of the sea. I may or may not have Wi-Fi, depending on whether I decide to pay for it or not. And yeah, I will see you the week after, hopefully on the 9th. Hopefully on the 9th there will be a live stream. Yeah, there should be. I will need to. Oh, it'll be a last-minute.gone, so yeah, there hopefully will be. But as I said, it might be a bit of a rush job because I probably won't have time to prep it on the Monday when I get back. So hopefully there'll be a live stream next week, but I will let you all know. But yeah, there you go. So I hope you enjoyed it all. Thank you very much, everybody. And if you do decide to case this, please make sure you credit me because it just helps. It's just nice. I try and credit people when I case stuff. Yeah, I'm sure I'll get lost at some point. Somebody won't bother, but it's fine. As long as you do your part, you know you've done your part. Right. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm sure I will do. Yeah. Right. I'm going to poodle off. I will see you all in 2 weeks. Bye, everyone.